You can't avoid it.
Yeah.
You can't avoid it.
Alrighty, so we got Razo's Peach versus, I guess this is a Robin. I didn't catch the name on the stream, but I wonder how this matchup will turn out. I can't say that I know it, so I can learn it as I go on in the match.
Peach Robin. Yeah, I don't tend to really know most matchups with Robin in them, just because I feel like I see Peach more than I do Robin.
Yeah,
especially like excelling at a higher level.
Yeah.
I mean, I've seen my fair share of Robins, just not always practiced.
Yeah, after that's fallen off just a little bit. Not doing too hot in this season, so haven't seen too much of the Robin at the very high levels. He was definitely the big representative for that character.
Yeah,
so.
he was probably like the one. I can't even really think of another name. I'm sure there's a few others. Do not burn me at the stake, please. So tHB Razo versus Skorpio. Moving on to Battlefield for this, and they're color coding right now. They're perfectly matched. It's gonna be a good set.
Oh, and I like the float there just to stall out the double up air coming out from Skorpio. It looks like Skorpio's just throwing out every single projectile he has, just trying to keep Razo out.
And I love that because it forces Razo to actually find a real approach inwards if Skorpio is building this wall. Oh my god, his movement, oh my god, are you kidding me? This item play is ridiculous right now.
Yeah, that's one way to play around the turnips, just know how to be better with items than your opponent.
But he like comboed, like he like threw his own Levin sword at him and then caught the turnip and threw the turnip. It was crazy. I'm surprised Razo even got hit by all of that.
Yeah, I don't think Razo was even expecting it, to be honest. And it really looks like Razo's having a hard time just trying to make it in.
Yeah, I mean, our top, like, Robin representative, I would have said, is Shinta, who didn't really make a reappearance in the SoCal scene until this past weekend. So we don't have that many Robins to practice against out here.
Yeah.
And Skorpio's actually looking mad good, and this could have potentially been the stock if Razo had given up an air dodge.
Yeah, Razo's got to be careful. The backer will be able to seal it out, but he was shielding the Arc Thunder, which is definitely something you do not want to be doing, because that leaves you in too much hit stun and you're going to get, or shield stun, excuse me, and you're going to get grabbed into death.
Oh my god, and already lapping him in percent. Skorpio is playing a phenomenal game right now.
Gets hit by the 11 sword, doesn't bring out the shield in time. Trying to make it back to the center stage, and he does. Razo being a little bit too aggressive, just hits a shield, and so Skorpio's going to be able to make it back. And he's just going to go back to throwing out those projectiles. A very interesting Toad. It's not going to work out for him.
Just going to jump away from the forward air. Not going to get hit by that. And the second one, I will actually connect, but still not enough.
All right, this is big for him.
Yeah. That turnip was key right there for Razo, able to allow him to get another follow-up, another attempt at an edge guard. Still not letting him land at all, though.
And the wake-up fair, able to make it back to the center stage. I think he's in checkmate percent, if not just barely outside of it because of the rage. But we'll see what happens once he gets that grab. Using the Arc Thunder to protect himself, looking like a Cloud Limit Break with Leaf neutral B.
All right, that backer will, in fact, close out the first stock for Razo. He's still sitting at a pretty big deficit, but it's nothing too substantial.
Another back air.
He cannot afford to get hit by one or two or more of those, though. It will certainly send him flying.
And the Arc Fire almost looks like it's starting to try and take out the stock right now.
Ooh!
Try jump air dodging through the Arc Fire. Smart stuff from Skorpio to throw out the Thoron to just keep him at bay. Razo's just not figuring out how to get around this.
Yeah, Skorpio is doing such an excellent job. That third.
This is looking like for Glory right now. Throw out all the projectiles, and it's somehow working.
Finally, with an opening, he manages to take him from 0 to 39, but a forward air to the face. Not going to survive that. Jesus, man. This Skorpio fella, I don't know where he's from. If the chat can tell us, that'd be great. But some people would say he's spamming, but I think he's playing the matchup. That's what I think.
I mean, that's what you gotta do, man.
I think that's
Have you seen how much damage Peach gets once she finally gets in? So Skorpio's playing this phenomenally.
And
actually.
he was putting out his projectiles like really smart. He, especially at the ledge, Razo could not get up off the ledge, and he was eating so much damage from the not the Arc Thunders. What's the full charged one?
Thoron.
Thoron. I don't know why I blanked on that. The Thoron.
Hold on, I gotta search up for Twitter real quick. I can't find it, but I see people shouting Minnesota.
He's from the Midwest. Dude, the Midwest really came out here this weekend since Friday at Falcon Punch Fridays and truly impressed me, man. You guys have some amazing players, particularly in Minnesota. I saw Yeti, this Toon Link was incredible. Sippy Boo, this Sheik who upset K9 at like round 2 or 3 at FPF. So this past Friday. But yeah, so Minnesota, the region that actually, no one knew. No one knew.
Yeah.
And now they're getting more exposure, and thanks to, I think Nexus actually helped them get out here. So shout outs to him and F-Step. Nonetheless, we get game 2 on Town and City.
All right, caught him on the jump. Let's see what he does to try and find the landing. He's using the Town and City platform. Just going to slowly move back down, but he's not going to give him enough time to do that. Razo just going in there with that turn up to up airs. So right now, already a lot more damage than Razo did the first time around. Not really letting Skorpio get the lead, so he's going to have to throw out a couple more things before he can try and do the same zoning game he was doing game 1.
Yeah, I can already kind of see why the Town and City was the counter pick for Razo here.
Jumps right over the Arc Thunder, gets the booty out.
Ooh. Got him off guard with the item toss.
Yeah, that hook does so much damage, dude.
It's actually, you never really want to get hit, especially, I mean, if you're at low percent, it's definitely packing a punch, and if you're at kill percent, you might even die.
Yeah, Skorpio's throwing out a lot of forward airs. He's trying to call out Razo on the jump or the float. Not really working. There's a ledge trump. Doesn't really commit to anything. He's going to get that fair, calling him out on the jump out, and he's going to be able to get that next stock.
87% on Razo, finally taking a lead for the first time here in this set, and he's making really good use of it.
Yeah, down tilt is a really good setup tool after the down throw at very low percents. So he didn't get too much out of it afterwards, but still a lot of good damage, 33%.
Still playing phenomenally around Skorpio's potential hitboxes. Wow.
And the fair out of disadvantage will be able to take out that stock. 44%, that's actually not too much out of Robin.
Yeah.
It's kind of like the same thing with other stuff. If you can get enough damage and get that grab where you need it, then it's going to be curtains for Razo. Thus far, though, he hasn't taken any damage, so this is looking good.
You know, one thing I've noticed from Skorpio, a little bit different than other Robins that I've seen, is that he uses the strong Levin sword, like the smash Levin sword a lot, so that it expends the uses he actually has on the item, and he can get access to it, the item toss, even sooner. So he's definitely, you know, using his projectiles and his sword more often than most gains him that benefit. But he's at a massive deficit right now. Razo really started to pick him apart.
Yeah, and he's still trying to throw out these fairs. I do not like them right now because every single time it's made him lose to neutral. He's going to L1 back to the stage. Razo not really challenging the recovery right there, but still 24%. He's got a lot of work to do. He's going to get that buck. Not really going to do anything else with it. He's just trying to figure out his way in right now.
163%, and Razo is looking for these forward airs.
Got your sword, throw it right back, but just out of the game now.
That could be it, yeah. That was pretty just clean from Razo. It pretty much demonstrated to me, like, game one, Skorpio winning with a game plan. He stuck to that game plan. Razo couldn't figure it out. But he had that entire game to gain knowledge from and adapted it in the second game. Whereas Skorpio decided to keep sticking to that same game plan and throwing out these hitboxes, and Razo was playing around them perfectly and managed to punish every time.
Yeah, that definitely looked like a Skorpio.exe came out of there. Let's see if Skorpio.backup is a thing, or if Razo is just going to roll away with this next game. Going back to town, actually, maybe Skorpio's trying to find a different game plan using the same stage.
Yeah, Razo's being a lot more aggressive this time around, knowing what options he actually truly has.
Interesting he's
to
not
get
going
inside.
for the down throw after he gets that grab after Arc Thunder. He's throwing him off stage. I mean, he's getting the stage control, and he's forcing out these camping situations, but he can, it's definitely interesting to note. I'm not going to say whether it's right or wrong.
Okay, roll away, not going to get grabbed by Razo. And that jab going to allow Skorpio to pressure here at the ledge, finding a grab off the roll.
Yeah, using the arc fire, just forcing out the roll right there.
Ooh.
Oh, that was about to be cute, but I don't think he realized that he was out of arc fires there. He still got Thunder, though. And there's a Thor on Razo actually falling for it.
Yeah. 110% on Razo. Skorpio once again at a solid advantage. Just hanging out by the ledge, tossing these arc fires and a back air, taking him off the side.
All right, and Neutral B is still charging. Razo, again, still having a really hard time trying to figure it out. Just for fun, I'd like to see Razo just pull out as many tournaments as possible just to see if he can get a Stitch face.
Yeah.
Or just something to try and scare Skorpio because he does not look afraid right now.
The only problem I would see with that is that the actual turnip pull itself is pretty laggy. It takes a while, so it would get punished eventually.
Yeah, it does get. If he has Thoron ready, then yeah, I can see that happening. But still, Skorpio building up this damage, almost overlapping the stocks here. That's a lot of shield damage too. Levinstar putting in a lot of work even outside of his hand.
Yeah. Razo finally putting enough damage on the board here to finally get a stock, but trailing behind by a lot.
All right, it looks like Skorpio's not really being punished for the short hop fairs, but it's not really catching Razo either, so that's just something that I think that he's trying to condition Razo to do. I don't know if it's like just keep him on the ground and be able to get that grab, but Skorpio's been catching Razo in shield a lot. I'm surprised he's not been going for the grab a little bit more.
Thoron just going to block through that one. These arc fires are actually proving to be pretty problematic for Sheik as well. I mean, for Peach, who is basically forced to like jump over it somehow, and her air mobility is pretty. It's not the fastest, so.
Yeah, it was like with Peach, you can just jump air dodge through them, so I'm surprised Razo's actually not trying to do that. I know that a lot of, I know different Peach mains that when they beat Shinto or other Robins, they say they just jump air dodge through the arc fire, and it helps out a lot, so I'm surprised I'm not seeing that too much from Razo. But then again, it's one of those things where once you get that air dodge, you can just punish it afterwards by baiting it out, so.
Oh, here we go, Book, and Razo still yet to find a stock, gets hit by another forward air, and the 2 stock coming out from Skorpio, closing it out, beating Razo 2-1. What a set.
Yeah,
and someone came by and